I kind of just want to sit here and fucking listen to this. God damn. What is this? Moonshine by Illiterate? On Chill Hop Essentials Spring 2018. You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. That's a straight up vibe, baby. That's good shit. That's good shit. Oh, good morning. Good morning. Why am I streaming this morning? Well, because yesterday, when I was streaming Stardew Valley, I made a point at one point to be like, rather than describe one of my dating profiles, I'll just show it to you. My dumbass. Good morning. And my stupid, half-awake brain yesterday was like, yeah, phone number on the screen is fine. And it's fine. I mean, my phone number's not really all that private, but also I didn't want to upload that to YouTube. So if you're watching the VOD on YouTube after the fact and you're like, oh, what happened? Why is it Winter 5? What happened to the first 4 days? Well, I tell you what, Alex dumb. That's what happened to it. God, it's 7:30 a.m. here. I'm not awake. I'm not awake at all. I mean, I have been awake since oh god, math. 3 or 4 in the morning. Couldn't get back to sleep. It's not exciting. There's nothing interesting about what's happened to me this morning. I looked at TikTok for a while, and then I'm like, fuck it, I'll get out of bed. And I got out of bed, and I had breakfast. And I wasted some more time on the internet. And I'm like, do I want to play something? I'm like, not really. I guess I'll just hop in and do some Stardew Valley, get the backlog going. That's it. That's my day. You're all caught up. It's been very, very exciting. It's been thrilling stuff. It hasn't been a bad one. I'm still kind of in a funk from the last few days. It could be a lot worse, honestly. It could be a lot worse. But, yeah, my sleep schedule is weird. I'm on, like, an 18 or 20 hour rotation right now. By that I mean, my internal day is about 20 hours long. So I lose about 4 hours every day. I keep waking up earlier and earlier and earlier and earlier. What that probably means is either I'm not sleeping enough, which I am, so it's not that, or I'm not eating enough, so I'm getting tired, which it's probably not that, or I just need to... it could be like seasonal depression because of the lack of energy from vitamin D. Oh, it could be like so many things. It's not really a big deal. It really isn't, but... buddy, it is... confusing. It's very confusing. I feel bad for the cats I'm cat sitting because I'm not stopping in at the same time every day. I wanted to, and I'm probably gonna stop in early afternoon again today. It's gotta be weird for a human you only kinda know to just pop in at random fucking times to feed you. Lentil soup is actually good, though? No it isn't. Lentils can be good. Especially in, like, various Indian cuisine. Oh, lentils can be amazing. Lentil soup in itself, it's a little... bland, I guess? Bland's probably not the right word, but it doesn't wow me. I have, because it's early winter, late fall now, been making a lot of vegetable soup because it's a good way to get rid of leftover vegetables. And with fall and winter setting in, a lot of seasonal crops are more like root vegetables. And root vegetables lend themselves very well to soups. I mean, you can also bake them, you can also, like, roast them. But soups, right? Soups are pretty easy. And last week, I had, like, a real bitchin' sweet potato base going on. And this week, it's more of, like, a carrot, purple potato base. And it's okay, but, like, the potatoes aren't... They're not giving much flavor. They're giving a lot of, starchy texture, which is fine and kind of inevitable when you're eating potatoes. But, it's missing something, and I can't quite figure out what. Okay, plenty of spices I could throw in there, but no spices are standing out to me in particular right now. This is a very good problem to have, right? Like, this food's pretty good, but I can't figure out exactly why it isn't exceptional. Pretty good is still pretty fucking good. So for the last day, I've been like, maybe more garlic, but that's not really doing it. Maybe I just haven't used enough garlic. That's entirely possible. It's got enough salt going on. Like, it has a low level of, like, spiciness to it because of some green peppers. I mean, very low level, because, like, green pepper's not spicy. Yam and crystal fruit. I've actually sold these. I'm an idiot. Okay. Red mushroom and morels I can use. Yeah, we're just gonna ignore this for now. Okay, so most of the mushrooms I can actually make use of in here, right? There was a mod, and I don't know, it might be a core functionality of the game now. There was a mod that made it so you could check your community bundles from your inventory at any given point, and oh my god, that was nice. Yeah, I don't know. There's some je ne sais quoi that it's missing right now, and I can't put my finger on it. And it could be that it's not missing anything. Like I mentioned, for the last few days, I've been kinda down. And down being code word here for depressed. Depression, for me anyway, and for a lot of people, can limit or reduce your sense of taste, as well as your sense of smell, because they're very tightly linked senses. It could taste fine, and I'm just too sad to taste it. I'm leaning towards that actually being a possibility here. If, I can get depressed fairly frequently. And a way that I try to make food good despite that, or get around that culinarily, I don't know. Just describing my interaction with cooking or food prep as culinary in any way. It technically correct, but it feels overly generous. Is by making things more intense, more spicy. Particularly, spiciness carries quite well. And I don't really want to make this a... Yeah, I cut myself off there. I'm thinking about it now. Making this a spicy soup would actually be pretty good, and I definitely have the pepper to do it. I also made like a lot of rice and beans and mixed vegetables last week. And that was fine. My rice cooker is too good. It's very fast, and with the speed that it cooks rice, sometimes flavors don't have the right amount of time to set in. Like, I need to soak it, or I need to, like, roast vegetables outside of it and get it down to, like, a base that I can add to the rice if I really want it to apply, which is fine. But so much of my cooking practices with rice are based off of how fucking slow and tedious making rice on the stove can be. Not even tedious, just slow. And again, not a bad thing. But this rice cooker has fucked up my rice cooking game, which is the funniest thing. I don't know, honestly, what I'm making now might be a better product. But it's different from what I'm used to. And so I'm less happy with it. A lot of our tastes, a lot of our sensibilities, especially when it comes to food or other comfort items, really can come down to familiarity. Like, you can look at a superior food product from, like, a renowned, a respected restaurant or chef or really healthy ingredients, sources. And sometimes people will still want, like, a McDonald's chicken nugget over, like, a chicken nugget was locally raised and ethically raised and, like, is made out of healthier materials and, like, better pieces of meat. Sometimes it's just that familiarity that people want. Because while, you know, ostensibly we eat for nutritional value and survival, we often also eat for emotional reasons, right? For psychological reasons. We want brain feel good, not just body feel good. The old saying, you know, there's no accounting for taste. It's kind of true. It's kind of true. There's sciences to palates and tastes and different taste profiles and what people might find better based on, you know, cultural background, how they were raised, what they were raised on, what nutrients they're lacking in their diet, etc., etc., etc. But ultimately, there is no accounting for taste. This is one of the perks of living with other people. It's a weird perk, and I'll grant you this, having other people eat your food. That can be such a goddamn helpful barometer for if you're actually cooking well or consistently. Because, like I said, with me getting depressed and that affecting my sense of taste, I can just have times where I'm like, is it good, is it not? I can't fucking tell. That was particularly unsettling when COVID was still fairly new. Because an associated symptom of that is a loss of smell and a loss of taste. And, like, the first time I had a depressive episode, I'm like, oh fuck. Am I sad or am I dying? Yeah, just a little strange. Just a little strange. So I tried it again this morning, and typically soups get, if you make a soup, especially in like a really big portion, it's great to just keep adding to them little by little. Now, you don't want to keep a soup going forever, but like some soups, especially like vegetable stocks, especially if you're just adding more of the same stuff or more similar stuff, just get better the longer you the more days that you reheat it and add stuff to it and reheat it and add stuff to it. Especially if you're using root vegetables like fucking potatoes or carrots, but carrots actually give up their flavor pretty easily. But potatoes, in my experience, They require more patience than I typically have. So our whole goal there was to pick up some stuff for the community center, and we got, like, the cave carrots, and I think that's about it. No yams, no crystal fruit. I see this. I'm just not going to pick it up. Because it's not worth very much to me. And we already have one. The community center. So, NBD. Oh, there's a snow yam. Oh, let's not sell this one. I don't know if I'm wrong about this. I might be. But I have a feeling that there's more little worm dudes, more diggable instances during the winter than any other season. Now that could be true, or what's probably more likely the case is that the worms are more visible. The worms being like the little 3 things wiggling, sticking out of the ground that show when there's something to dig up. I'm fairly sure that there aren't actually more of them. It's just easier to see them during this time of year. I'm leaning on that being the actual case here. Oh, time to get a new golden chest, I guess. Alright. I have no exciting plans for the day, and frankly, I'm pretty okay with that. I could reach out to a couple people and make plans for today, but like, I don't really want to. Ugh, I need to get back to people I've been putting off. I don't mean to, when I bring this up so often, yeah, Clint, I'm not invested in your sad attempt to court someone and you getting friend zoned and being a weird incel. I don't really like you, Clint. You're a very uncomfortable character, so no, I will not be helping you. Like, a part of me wants to get out, do something, and, you know, all that jazz, but another part absolutely does not. I think that's probably what's gonna win out here. That's probably going to be what's gonna win out here. I can't even formulate sentences super well yet. Ah, well. Not a big deal. I guess I've been spending a decent amount of time this morning / last night thinking about, what do you want? Like, what do I really want? And there's no solitary answer to that, right? There's some big answers, like I want people to stop suffering, I want to be able to help alleviate suffering around me. I want a sense of security and community and self-sufficiency, but also support. But I think predominantly there's some very specific people that I'm sad can't be more active in my life. Friends or acquaintances or crushes that live thousands of miles away. People I really miss, people I feel strong connection to, people that I dearly love, that just can't be in my life. And I've moved around enough in my life, trust me, to know that, well, you just gotta move on and meet new people, and, well, you'll find new people that you like just as much, or if not more. Yeah, but like, oh my god, it's so hard to. Particularly when you're as choosy and picky as I am, when it comes with people I, like, really like. versus people I like or enjoy. I don't know, it's a difficult thing to articulate. Just some people hit different, right? Some relationships, some friendships hit different. In a way that's hard to articulate, in a way that's hard to teach or share. It's just very intuitive and natural, and you click. And I don't really like that term of phrase, honestly. I don't like the sense that some people are just inherently better matches or more compatible. Because I like to talk about the importance of communication in relationships. And talking about these kind of hand-wavy, some people just vibe different. It doesn't fit super neatly, you know, to that sort of sentiment. And you know, it's not obligated to, but it'd be nice if it did. Be nice if it fit nicely. And so there's a couple of different ways you can go about addressing this feeling of want, or this feeling of missing someone, or longing for a specific company or community, right? There's the easy kind of shrug, knee-jerk answer I just gave, right? Where, well, you'll just meet new people, put time and effort and energy into that. And I have been. Alternatively, you can try to put yourself in a place financially or materially where you can visit those people more often, or make it so that they can visit you, or move closer to them, or make it so that they can move closer to you. Big risk, though, in doing that, because obviously you should talk a lot about that before making any assumptions. Even if somebody misses you, even if they miss you a lot, even if they fucking dream about you, that does not mean that they want to live near you, or with you, or be in your life actively the same way again. Doesn't mean that. And that was something that a daydreamy teenager version of me had such a hard time wrapping their mind around. I moved literally from where I grew up in Indiana out to Arizona just to get closer to the West Coast, because someone I was head over heels for moved back to Oregon. So I went to school in Arizona. Was it Oregon? No, but the school in Oregon that I wanted to go to was in Clark. Wanted me to get in some more experience at a different school before they'd accept my application. So I tried to do that. By going to school in Arizona, my intention was to put in a year and then transfer. Then I never actually transferred to that school because I, in Arizona, fell head over heels for somebody else. And she moved back to New York. So when the time came that I finally got burnt out enough in Arizona that I was ready to move on, I was still talking to the person I was head over heels for who lived in New York. And I'm like, hey, it'd be really cool to see you. I'm not going to be that far away. And I thoroughly cannot recommend enough absolutely not doing what I fucking did. Abso-fucking-lutely not doing what I did. It is a terrible decision. You shouldn't do it. But, with that said, there is a certain amount of satisfaction to know that you wanted something and you tried to make it happen. That you let yourself believe in something and you went for it. But living your life that way repeatedly, moving to be closer to people, hoping that this time it'll work out, hoping that, you know, moving for people instead of moving for yourself. It contributed largely to the sense that I didn't really fit anywhere, belong anywhere. And I already had a good sense of that from moving around so much. Especially as a kid. Yeah. So now, you know, a little bit older, a little bit more experience, little less desperate, a little more secure, thinking about people I miss or people I really want in my life, there's a greater degree of apprehension, of caution, of not holding my breath, so to speak, but maybe. Because those wants and those desires and those fantasies can really end up hurting everyone involved. Minimally, just through this feeling that you want someone, or want to be with someone, or want to help someone, or care for someone, or just be able to hug them or hold their hand, and you can't, and that hurts. And having that feeling repeated day after day, week after week, that'll eat at you. And that fixation and that fascination can make it hard for you to be open and willing to form new connections, new relationships. And where I'm at right now, I'm... because of the kind of crappy couple of days I've had, and I just started dating a couple new people, it's been an interesting experience to get a gauge on how vulnerable I'm willing to be with these new people, and how open I'm willing to be with these new people. Now, one of them's out of town, so I'm just trying to be like, yeah, you know, I'm kind of sad, but like, I'll be okay. Because they're on vacation, and I don't really want or need them to help me moderate what I'm feeling. And the other person is a lot closer by, and like really enthusiastically wants to be of help. I'm not sure that they can help, is the thing. Like, I don't know them well enough. I know they don't know me. I don't really know them well enough to respect or trust their insight. And that's a frustrating realization. And a pretty uncomfortable feeling. Like, is that something that I think I might be able to grow into or outgrow, or am I getting the impression that a relationship with this person is going to feel one-directional when it comes to emotional experience and emotional support? Not due to a lack of willingness on their part, but maybe a lack of experience and a lack of confidence on my part. And I think maybe it would be fair to say a lack of willingness to try on my part, or a lack of willingness to be or explore that kind of vulnerability with this person because I'm lacking that confidence. And that ultimately maybe they should take no ownership of it. I haven't really talked to them about this because I'm teasing it out, and even were I to have a more conclusive feeling on the matter, it doesn't feel like a very pleasant conversation, or one that I can tactfully bring up in a constructive manner. Not that it's something I'd keep to myself, it's just something that I want to really feel out before going anywhere with. Yeah. Normally when I get like this, I just handle it on my own. And that's what I'm doing, and it'll be fine eventually. Sometimes I'll try and talk to some of these people who I've mentioned, like missing or respecting and wishing I had more actively in my life, but I don't really want to do that right now. Last few interactions I've had with some of them, like, everybody's fucking worn out and depressed and, like, worn down right now, and I don't really want to impede. Impede? That's not the... Well, I mean, sure, impede, but also, impose. I don't want to impose. And, like, I don't know. There's a difference between being honest with someone and being like, hey, I'm kind of dealing with some stuff right now, and I'm kind of down, versus dumping why and what's bothering me and trying to get somebody else to help process. And even like when they're willing and asking to help me process, not always convinced, so to speak. Because, yeah, there's some vulnerability in that level of being sensitive and open with someone, but also, like, I don't ask random people for advice. I don't ask most of my friends for advice, or exes, or lovers, or whatever. I sure as shit don't go on... Like, if I'm asking someone for advice, it's typically because I know them well enough to respect what they have to say and what they think, and I trust it. Get the fuck out of here, Pierre. Thank you. I know how seeds work. Oh god, yeah, I absolutely do not want to participate in the winter fishing competition. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not really in a dire position right now. I'm really not doing that poorly. Just, like, it's kind of uncomfortable dating someone and being like, I don't really know if you can help me with this. And trying to tactfully be like, I don't feel like this is something I want in a relationship with you. Or I trust from a relationship with you right now. I don't like dating younger people. I'm always so apprehensive, and I've talked to this younger person that I'm dating about this. I'm apprehensive dating younger people. Because I know how much I didn't have my shit together when I was younger. I know how much younger people still have to develop psychologically. When I say younger, I don't mean like 18, 19. I'm talking like 22, 23. And surprising no one, I don't want to be in a paternal role in a relationship. I don't, like, yeah, being like, you know, it's senpai vibes or whatever, like, I can show you the ropes, sure, but, like, what do I get? Alex, that's kind of cynical. Relationships aren't transactional. They are. They are. The line that relationships aren't transactional is a line that I would very much mistrust, because somebody trying to convince me that a relationship isn't a transaction is probably someone trying to get something from me. Again, cynical? Totally. Absolutely, it's cynical. But we have inherently selfish motives in almost everything that we do. We really do. Whether it's like something that we stand to benefit from in no way, like mutual aid or charitable giving, the motive for that might be that you want to help another person. But the reason that you might want to help the other person is because it makes you feel good about yourself. It makes you feel okay about yourself or the world, or feel like you're helping to alleviate suffering or something like that. Like, I'm not saying, oh, everybody's selfish in some, like, edgelord condemnation kind of way, but just in a, our brains get a lot of happy brain chemicals from helping other people. I feel like that's something to be cognitive of and be aware of when we're helping others and when we're caring for others, rather than trying to act like we're solely, I don't know, solely selfless in those acts and in those qualities. Alex, that's really cynical. Yeah. And I say this as someone who is fairly kind and charitable and giving and caring, that it's important for me to recognize these motivations in myself, rather than getting hung up on this notion that, oh, I'm so nice, or I just do it because it's the right thing to do. Sure, yeah, but also, brain chemistry works a certain way. Feeling like you've alleviated somebody else's suffering can reduce your own sense of anxiety, your own feelings of despair, feelings of solidarity, of community, of... Solidarity is really the word I guess I wanted. Is wildly good for you. It can be wildly good for your mental health, mental well-being. Like, there's one thing to intellectually engage with why helping someone or caring for someone is good. And then you can, you know, philosophically or morally or ethically engage with the subject and have this feeling that it is good. And sometimes you can know something is the right thing to do. According to your system of values, you can know that it is an, like, measurable... I would stray away from saying empirical good, but a measurable good or demonstratable good, and still have a hard time motivating yourself to do it. God, do I even want the fucking sloth skeleton? I'll be honest with you, no, I really don't. I might just trash that. This is just a waste of time, but let's do it. Oh, our axe has been ready to pick up for like 2 days. Right. I should go do that. Do I need to water during the winter? Oh, I probably do. Let's go with no for now. Just so I can go pick up the axe. And by pick up the axe, I mean pick up the axe and immediately upgrade it again. Iron's probably next, right? I really should be upgrading the hoe. I really should be upgrading the hoe. Yeah. Yeah, no, fuck the axe. The hoe, the only time I can upgrade it is during the winter or when it's raining. Give me copper. Give me the watering can. The hoe? The watering can. The fucking watering can. Not the hoe. The hoe's tedious, and like upgrading that could save on energy and be kind of effective. But no, the watering can specifically. God, I'm spacey. Like, personally, I really get a sense of satisfaction out of helping other people. In counseling other people, and comforting other people, and providing guidance to other people, and just companionship and friendship and solidarity to other people. Like, it helps me live. It really helps me live. It really makes life feel more worth living. So there's definitely a selfish, and not entirely selfish motivation, but there is a self-serving aspect to this desire, to this want, to this drive. And is it projection to say that other people have it too? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Because it's studied and demonstrated phenomenon. And it's difficult, right, when I'm in a position where I'm giving somebody a lot of support, particularly like emotional support, and then I find myself having a bad day, and my impression of people broadly is that most people require more emotional support than I do, and that they're having such a hard time already that imposing on them is unfair. Now, okay, I'm not so self-unaware as to think that that's actually true. That's just like the feeling that I get. I rationally recognize that, like I've just talked about, helping other people or feeling like you're helping other people can be huge in our own well-being, in our own sense of welfare. And that oftentimes what people who are really struggling need is to feel like they are contributing, or they matter, or they're helping. A lot of community and connection and meaning and really valuable feelings like that can be fostered through helping one another. Crazy, right? And so giving somebody else the opportunity to do that, showing your own vulnerability, showing your own whatever you're struggling with or processing, and opening that up to somebody else can actually be really powerful and helpful for them healing or addressing whatever it is they're dealing with. Alternatively, it's very easy to get wrapped up in other people's trauma and other people's struggle and other people's hurt and other people's wants and needs, and spend so much time and energy focusing on that you neglect yourself. I've certainly done this in the past. It makes me keenly aware that people, particularly people who are struggling and feeling like they have a desperate want for connection, whatever that type of connection might be, might neglect themselves in the interest of trying to protect or extend or introduce some sense of security to relationships that they might have. Alex, to me it just sounds like you have trust issues. Yeah. Sure do. I have trust issues, I have commitment issues. Commitment issues in the sense of, like, I'm slow to commit to things. Once I commit to something, you know, I'm locked in. But I'm very slow and I'm very cautious to agree to commitments in the first place. And I tend to advocate for people reneging on their commitments. Not all the time, but, you know, if an agreement or a commitment isn't doing you good anymore, fuck it. Yeah. Oh god, what do I want to get rid of? Mixed seeds? I mean, mixed seeds aren't great. Do I really want to get rid of anything to pay? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, ditch the mixed seeds. Give me the red quartz. Like, I don't need red quartz. I can always come back for it. No, it's actually, like... It's not rare, but it's not common, either. Okay, that I definitely want. Fuck the bone fragment. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think holidays can, obviously really compound these feelings of missing particular people, missing particular connections or relationships or dynamics. For me, anyway, I recognize that I could get a little more sensitive, a little more longing than I might usually be inclined to be. And that's saying something, because I can be a profoundly nostalgic and romantic person. Profoundly so. I think the shortening days are getting to me. They definitely are getting to me. And I'm missing the feeling of, like, waking up and having, like, a whole day in front of me. Now it's like, oh fuck, the sun's out, I gotta rush to take advantage of that, because fuck knows it won't be around for that much longer. I don't know, for me, at certain times of the day, and certain times of the year, I can feel this sense of wonder, this sense of possibility. And, you know, it can be a powerfully motivating force. Right. Then there are other times where its absence is very noticeable. And I think right now is one of those times. You know, it's getting colder, and darker, and people are just staying inside more, and I'm really struggling with the sense of, like, things I want to be doing. Things I want to be exploring. Things I want to be doing with people and exploring with other people particularly. Which is gonna be rough, because I have family visiting in like a week and a half. 2 weeks, something like that. Yeah, hopefully I'm in a slightly different headspace by then. But you never know. You never know. Yeah, I had been dating for quite a few years. Someone who was older than me, but in certain regards emotionally less mature than me. And again, that's not to make me out to be like, ooh, better than her. Nope, absolutely not. I definitely let my traumatic response get the best of me a lot in that relationship, and was not the best or even a very good version of myself, particularly toward the end. I was just very scared and depressed, and yeah, not great. Not great. But I think having been through that experience has me a bit hyper aware and a bit extra sensitive when it comes to new relationships. Of like, feeling like I can open up and actually really trust what they think or feel or their judgments. Particularly with like loneliness is something I'm thinking about. Holiday loneliness. My last long-term partner hated not celebrating the holidays, always made her really sad. She would miss, like, get sentimental for, like, being younger and celebrating them with her parents, her family, even though, you know, there's some baggage attached to that. And for me, I'm like, yeah, you know, I kind of get that, but also, like, my upbringing, I'm really glad to not be celebrating the holidays I did when I was a kid, because I was forced to see family who I didn't feel really cared about me or knew me, and outside of like an obligatory way. And like, it's really empowering for me to be able to be like, I don't have to do that anymore. I'm in control of my life and don't have to do these things. And but having a partner who be like, no, we don't have to celebrate it, but then actually like really wanted to celebrate it, was just telling me what I wanted to hear, and then used to get like very offended and act like it was something very wrong with me that I didn't want to do it. And God, just be honest about what you want and what you don't want. But I'm a little sensitive right now. Someone I'm dating talked about the holidays and like, well, I'm not going to be spending it with family this year, so I'm a bit like sad about it. I'm like, I don't want to do the holidays with you. Like, some part of me is like, oh, you know, I should offer because it means a lot to them and I like them, and you know, that could be nice, but I don't want to. Like Thanksgiving particularly, I don't think anyone should fucking celebrate. Just do away with the genocide holiday and make a harvest day or some shit. And not just rebrand it Friendsgiving. Just fuck off with that, Biden. Just recognize, hey, the whole idea here, deeply flawed. Trash it. Trash it, put together something new. That'd be totally okay. Some shit like the 4th of July, or like, God, all these fucking Christian holidays that are obligatorily celebrated. I just, I want people to celebrate each other in their relationships organically and authentically, not just when it's the, you know, part of the year that you're obligated to celebrate this thing or act like you care about this thing. I want relationships to be living testaments unto themselves. These commitments to be celebrated, reforged, and appreciated all throughout the year. Not just when it's been 45 days since the last consumer holiday and the economy needs to be stimulated. In this case, hasn't even been a full 45 fucking days. It's been 3.5 weeks. But consumer practice in fall and winter, people tend to consume less, store more, save more, because, you know, the winter, in order to stimulate the economy, you gotta come up with spending holidays, like Thanksgiving, like Halloween, like Christmas, like New Year's, like Valentine's Day, to motivate people into patterns of consumption and spending during times of the year in which production goes slow due to, oh, I don't know, the fucking weather, and historically, people's consumption habits have slowed. But because capitalism doesn't actually care about material realities, and instead obsessed with short-term quarterly gains and stimulating a fictional data set of numbers, the biggest consumer holidays of the year are all crammed into the winter. That does hit very hard. 22 to 44, it's minus 3, so 22, 29 to 44. So it's 3 to 2 more damage, 1 less defense. It gives additional weight, which is knockback, but slower speed. I'm kind of better with Yeti Tooth, but it's so good I might hold on to it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't like being so critical. No, that's not true. I don't like the effect it has on other people when I am so critical. I don't enjoy ruining other people's enjoyment of things, taking away from their fun, especially because life sucks so often and can be painful and full of suffering, and taking away bits of joy and satisfaction from people feels cruel. Even if justified. Yeah, I don't like doing it. And I really hope that, and I've said this a few times in recent holidays, that I really hope my ex, I hope that she's been able to celebrate holidays in as cliche or an extra way as she wants. I genuinely do. I hope she's surrounded by people that get a lot of satisfaction and enjoyment out of that. And I'm not sorry that I couldn't be that person. I'm sorry that we felt obligated to try to fit those modes of celebration or observation that were antithetical to each other. Or contradictory to each other at the very least. Shoot me, bitch. Yeah, like, I've been getting this urge this week, and it's just kind of growing. Like, this sense of, like, maybe I just need to spend some time alone. Like, maybe I need to, like, not ghost people, but, maybe not reach out first to so many people. Not generally, but just like today, maybe, or like this week. Just give myself some space to think and feel and breathe. It's already locked? Well, I guess there's a festival going on. Yeah, it does make sense that that's locked. So let's swing by the community center, see if I have anything new to drop off. I don't think that I do, but I might be wrong about that. And we'll go home. Yeah, fuck the yam. Fuck the snow yam. It can stay. I would love to have the emotional capacity to just be there for so many people. To be close and intimate and be there for people's sense of well-being and security, hold space for them. But I don't really know that I actually have that emotional capacity right now. Not consistently. Not unless it's reciprocated. That's a really sad feeling. Knowing that there are people you know, people who are around you that you care about, but you just might not be able to be what they want or need. And like, that's not so hard, right? Oh, okay, you know, we move on, we'll both be fine. And sure, but when the person you're talking to or thinking about doesn't have a lot of support outside of you, that makes it scary. That makes it really scary. And I know, because I've been on both sides of this, where I've been the person who is okay and the person who's not okay. And there's like this obligatory feeling of like, oh, maybe I should stick around to make sure they're okay. Maybe I should, you know, just be there for them a little longer until, you know, X, Y, or Z. But I kind of feel that if you're being there for someone, it doesn't exactly motivate them to find other sources of security, other sources of community, other sources of, you know, whatever. Oh, the Obsidian Edge really hits harder, huh? 30 to 45, -1 speed. Now this is -3 speed, hits a little less hard, but has 3 weight to it, so it hit a little bit harder. But you know what? I guess we ditch it, because the Obsidian Edge is arguably just as good, if not better. I thought wood was all we needed. Go ahead and give me that full stack, and we'll pop out a couple more of these. Oh. I need to donate that to the museum. And that. Well, that's later today, or tomorrow, Alex's problem. Yeah, I don't know. Mine's just kind of wondering. Ugh, I'm still not fully awake. But I'm doing fine. Just very introspective. And I think maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe I should just ride this introspection out for a couple of days and see where it takes me. But, well, that'll be later. Knocked out an hour, 8:30 a.m. Oh my god, I might go back to sleep. Try and grab a few more hours of sleep. Either way, thanks for hanging out, and until tomorrow or whenever else, I'm gonna say toodaloo. Take care. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.